Today we're going to talk about servant leaders must adapt quickly. So let's jump right in. Servant leaders must adapt quickly. In the 21st century, with the advent of technology and the increased pace of business and life in general, it's unquestionable that being a business person, running an organization, or being the government leader in today's world is much more challenging than it's ever been in history. Today I'm going to show you that Christian servant leaders are uniquely suited to be the best leaders in the world, ever changing in real time, and provide you with ways in which you can, as a servant leader, can lead your organization as a strong witness and as a great success in the 21st century new world. Greetings, everybody. My name is Stephen Garofalo. This is Reason for Truth, where the truth comes first and the reasons come last, but we're always and constantly learning, because when we stop learning, we stop teaching, or at least stop teaching well. Reason for Truth is the channel and organization that helps you, both Christian and non-Christian, cut through the fog of culture's distorted truth, because in our relative world, the truth doesn't change, but the human will to distort it certainly does. We cut through the distortion of current events and with the truth as an antidote to the false messages that are so pervasive in our world today. Boom, want to get started, just reach down there, bam, Gonzalo Sinistro Italian left hook to that subscribe button, and just click that alert bell, boom, you'll be done. And before you leave, you want to check out Stephen Garofalo at locals.com and join my community. Enough of that stuff. In the 21st century, the advent of technology and increased pace of business and life is unquestionable. Being a business organization or government leader in today's world is so much more difficult than it was in years past. Our modern economy and the advent of technology in our marketplace as a whole is almost unrecognizable as compared to just a few decades ago. Terrorist attacks, anti-business sentiment within the government and the culture at large, the usage of drugs by so many employees in the workplace has increased the risk of violence and retaliation in the workplace, and it's destabilized a once vastly predictable cultural environment and the norms that ran by, and in marketplace behavior and expectations in general. See, in the past, a 5-year plan, was fairly predictable for the most part. The world, the economy, and companies were fairly stable. That's no longer the case. It's no longer true. In today's world, companies they don't have the option other than to learn to adapt in real time to the unforeseen changes in the political and the world front in general. Everything's changing. Tax code is changing. Now they got retro taxes. Hey, we decided we're going to tax you this from last year. How could you plan for that? Right? The political mandates in every aspect of the marketplace is changing. As such, companies are learning that a 5-year strategic plan, trying to nail that down, is like, man, I hate to say it's like going ahead and nailing Jello to a wall. Another change in America's corporate environment is that company executives are feeling the pressure when their board of directors become so impatient and demand that they produce immediate results. And when that is not possible, public companies are not personable places to work for anymore, but they're purely number-driven animals. I mean, I'm saying that figuratively. Shareholders demand constant, unsustainable growth, and they're going to punish the leaders in the companies for their failures to meet the growth and profit numbers that they've been tasked with. They have to. That's what market share does in a public company. As a result, good people are often eliminated, their lives disrupted from the lust of money and success and power, and, to make the bottom line attractive to the shareholders. This is where the Christian leader comes in. The Christian leader has a unique and distinct advantage in that Christians are leaders by default, uniquely suited to mobilize an organization to adapt its behaviors and thrive in a good way in today's changing business environment. Because it means while it's difficult enough for the leader, it's even more difficult for the employees. See, in the past, employees could most often or pretty much always lean on senior leadership to take the problems off their shoulders need be. Those expectations are no longer the way corporate environment works. Those employees are often called to problem solve themselves and lead, they have to lead by de facto in real time, and they have to make decisions, difficult decisions, right on the spot, hoping they make the right decision, because if they don't, they're gone. This way of thinking and those old habits have to change in order to reflect the new way of thinking, which is a collective model as opposed to an individual approach. The Christian leader can shine here. And as we said before, it is when adapting to this business, the Christian leader has the opportunity to stand head above shoulders and identify that with each challenge that's coming down the pike as it arrives, it's at their doorstep, and to handle it in a biblical way, in an honest way, but in a very professional and results-oriented way. You can do it all without compromise. When you start compromising, then you're going to end up, that's your road to disaster and failure. And it depends on leadership and ultimately our dependence on God for his wisdom and the peace that surpasses all understanding and to help us lead. All of the tasks and the overall mindset we just discussed should come easily to Christian leaders because the characteristics of a servant leader now, really they flow from scriptural directive and Christian beliefs in general. And if we act rightly and seek doing the right thing in light of being a servant leader, and we adapt quickly to the upcoming challenges, God's going to bless that. And listen, you as a Christian leader will emerge as a strong leader in creating a cohesive organization, really family that attracts very good talent, right? Loyal talent, honest talent, like-minded talent, and future leaders to join you and your organization. In closing, big short, boom, hit that subscribe button, bam, hit that alert bell down there. Hey, I want to interact with you more. You could do that at Stephen Garofalo at locals.com. I'm not big on the typical social media platforms. I do post my community. You can join for free, or I think it's $5. You get exclusive posts, early access to these recordings, commercial free, usually day to 2 days, sometimes 3 days early. Listen, thank you for tuning in. Let's make sure as leaders we're doing the right thing. Listen, we know right for wrong and that we're leading intentionally with God's word. I'm your host, Stevie Garofalo. This is your Reason for Truth for today.